This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions.
I have a take on Angel Reese that I'm sure will trigger a bunch of people, but I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's quit on the Chicago Sky. She's been claiming a back injury basically since the All-Star break. And there's no details. Every day we hear that Angel Reese is day to day. And every week there's no update on what she's struggling with, what she's doing. There's nothing. There's no information about Angel Reese. I think she's quit on this season. I think this is a worse version than Kawhi Leonard. I think she's using her back as an excuse to sit out because she doesn't really care about basketball. I think she looks over at Caitlin Clark and says, hey, Caitlin Clark is out with a legitimate injury. I proved my point before the All-Star game when I went on a 10-game run trying to justify being on the All-Star team. When that first ballot came out, when the first voting results came out about the All-Star game and I was 13th, holy cow, Angel Reese panicked, started playing hard, tried to put up some stats to justify being on the All-Star team, did that, and now she said, hey, the Chicago Sky sucked this year, peace out. No one's going to call her out on that. I came to this conclusion this weekend when I watched the Indiana Fever destroy the Chicago Sky in Indianapolis on Saturday. Guess who wasn't there? Angel Reese. Angel Reese declined to travel to Indianapolis, and her coach came out and said something about, she's just focused on her rehab right now, and, she's day to day. We've never had an explanation on what caused the back injury, what's a time frame for her recovery. It's similar to so-and-so's back injury. This is something she struggled with here or there. All we've heard is day to day, and Angel Reese has disappeared. She identified once they lost Vandersloot, their point guard, early in the year, and once they started getting their brains beat in, hey, we're not going to win anything this year. I'm not putting these L's on my resume. I'm going to have an excuse for the Chicago Sky potentially coming in with the worst or second worst record in the WNBA. These losses will not be on my resume. It'll actually, in her mind and in some of these Twitter groupies that post about her, this is proof of how valuable Angel Reese is. The Chicago Sky are 1-10 in games Angel Reese doesn't play. What they do not understand is that coaches, and I know the WNBA in some regards isn't a real sports league, and I don't know if they think like real coaches and real people in sports, but the number one ability is availability. If you're not available, you have no value. And so you can sit there and say, well, the same applies to Caitlin Clark. Yes, it does. But Caitlin Clark appears to have a legitimate injury that everybody can trace to a moment and a time during the games where she re-aggravated. She originally injured. She had a comeback where it lasted 2 or 3 games, re-injured it. They've hinted at a time frame of late August that she may return. Nothing but a mystery surrounds Angel Reese.
Man, you can really feel the heat in his words. It's not just basketball talk, it feels personal, and that's what makes this so intense. Whether you agree with him or not, it's wild to see how much emotion Angel Reese brings out in people. Like, she's clearly doing something right if folks are this pressed about her every move.
Angel Reese has taken this season off to focus on her off-court endeavors and to avoid these losses that the Chicago Sky are accumulating to avoid them appearing on her resume. Angel Reese doesn't really care about basketball. There are people that play sports, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever, because they have the talent, because they have the requisite physical gifts. Angel Reese is 6'3". What else was she going to do but play a sport? And so she plays a sport because at 6'3", why shouldn't she? She has the athleticism to play, but does she really love this game? I don't think so. And anybody that actually follows sports, and I know this will trigger, irritate, or Ryan Clark will ignore it, but trust me, he'll hear about it and say, it's just Shaq will be upset. How dare someone question Angel Reese? But any of these guys that have played sports at a real level and been a competitor, like a Ryan Clark, because he was a competitor, someone just, I got a backache and I'm sitting out and I'm day to day without any explanation. Someone who is so bothered by Caitlin Clark's popularity and that fan base in Indiana. Nah, I'm good. I'm rivals with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever, but I'm going to tap out. I'm not going to take the hour and a half, 2-hour bus ride or 30-minute flight to Indianapolis and accompany my team as they go to war against my so-called rival.
What's up, everybody? So that was Jason Whitlock, and he went in on Angel Reese. He really does not seem to like her at all. The way he talks about her game, her attitude, her presence on and off the court is clear. He's not holding back. He's coming with a lot of criticism, saying she's not living up to the hype and questioning whether she really belongs in the conversation with some of the WNBA's top players. Now, whether you agree with him or not, one thing's for sure, Angel Reese has been getting a ton of attention lately, and not all of it has been positive. She's one of the most talked about young players in women's basketball right now, and with that kind of spotlight, the criticism comes heavy. A lot of people think she's more style than substance. They see the confidence, the trash talk, the social media presence, and they start asking if her game actually backs it up. Some say she's not putting up enough numbers, not consistent, not ready to carry a team in the pros. Others feel like she's being unfairly judged because she's outspoken and unapologetically herself. And honestly, that might be part of what's going on here too. Whitlock has always been known for taking strong stances, and sometimes it feels like he goes extra hard on certain athletes, especially the ones who bring a lot of personality and confidence. Angel Reese definitely brings that. She came into the WNBA with a lot of expectations, a huge fan base, and a reputation for not backing down. That kind of energy can rub people the wrong way, especially if she's not dominating every night. But let's not forget, she's still young, still adjusting to the pro level, and still has time to grow. Whether you like her or not, the attention she's getting shows she's already made a serious impact. Now it's just about proving herself on the court and shutting down the noise with her performance.